Goedemorgen, dames en heren. Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. Since we are a bilingual group, we will adopt the Belgian solution, namely do this in English.
What we see in this year's Rising Star Monitor is that about half of the companies that we looked at have high growth ambitions, which is okay and not okay. It's good news because we see it's actually higher than it was last year, and I think Belgian founders should put the bar a bit higher.
Very often Belgian startups are very strong in business to business, and for that they should make sure that they make the right relationships with large corporations, because these corporations have a very strong international network, a sales network, and they should make sure that they can serve together.
At IC we have been focusing very much on international kind of work because we follow our clients who are typical global players in FMCG, in retail and healthcare. So for us it was natural to go towards the Netherlands, the UK, towards the US.
Being ambitious is like growing with 10 million euros in the upcoming 5 years is not really ambitious in my opinion. So I think we have to work on that.
Founders leave within the first 3 years of startup, which is huge. And so it's important that you take that into account into your shareholder agreements. Half of them do that, half of them don't. And then we actually see that the vast majority quite simply doesn't know that those more professional things that you can include, like buyout terms, like vesting schedules, that those kind of things exist.
However, I think it's important that in your board that you agree very well amongst each other, that you communicate very well, that you're very open, and we actually share those values also for our management team.
A lot of young founders, and not everyone is aware that those things are important and that it exists. So I hope that Deloitte and Vlerick will promote this amongst the community.
Scale-ups have a more professional approach to how they deal with their employees. For instance, they put a lot more emphasis on promotions, also a lot of emphasis on how they appraise their employees, making sure they get their employees regular feedback, professional feedback, and last but not least, we also see they put a lot of emphasis, which I don't think is surprising, on recruiting the right employees.
It's about how can you evolve as a young, fast-growing company, and today there was a lot of stress on the recruitment part, which is obviously not always easy, especially when we talk about salespeople. I think it's important to look at the European level to attract people, so it's not just here in Belgium to find talent.
We are a technology company, so if you shut down the servers, it's only people. So that's where we invest a lot. We do a lot of performance, we do a lot of recruiting, and maybe yes, we are a bit more agile and ambitious than some of the bigger corporates, but it's also complex for us to attract more senior people.
Even when people leave the company, we still keep contact with them. We help them finding a new job. Sometimes we organize events that they can come back. It's not only about acquiring people, but also develop them. And if they go away, I would say appreciate for what they did for your company.
There is a increased professionalism in these startup and scale-ups. Today it's really about how we can interact with corporates and make their digital transformation happen. And I think that's really a very important new step that we see in the maturing of these scale-ups and startups.